top-notch player who can play corner or safety.
Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Kaepernick. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Start this drive with very good field position. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And we roll down all the offensive starters, and everybody always loves to talk about Gronk.
And wouldn't a lot of teams love to redraft right now? This guy went in the 2nd round. Yet no matter what, you've got a game plan for him when you're opposing him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
2nd and goal from the 7. Now Lewis. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Check out the gym. At the gym, monthly payments are low, and you can get immediate online.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Garoppolo. And he's brought down.
Good shot. Good shot.
It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that loosen up things a little bit, Warren. Maybe play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They run again with Hyde on 1st. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Cap gives to the tailback Hyde. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Fresh set of downs here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target. And just like that, it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Put that boot on and punt it.
So let's see, that's you, me.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
So another day come.
Here we go on 4th down with Kaepernick. He dumps it to Hyde. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Here's what I just heard.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. First down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Red zone opportunity. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick.
Fuck you doing? Break your legs, Kaepernick.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Deep drop. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that is happening, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll run high. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, spread him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Long in there to drop it for a 40-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
How can I beat a chicken if I showed up for the fight? You know, it's funny because what I just heard.
The Niners call on Phil Dawson now for the field goal try on 4th down. This a 33-yard attempt. Time to step aside. Back to Foxborough after this.
Hey, Foreman. Come back here so we can go over the rules. Come here, one last thing. You know we're play fighting when you grab my wrist and I go, ow, 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 ow. That doesn't really work.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. And you know, Charles, this past weekend, it was neat to see the college football games going on. The guys in the NFL getting their last break before the regular season starts. You had Cam going back, watching Auburn play. Jameis went to see the Knowles. Even you went up to see your high school team, New Paltz, play. So getting that final breather before the year starts.
No doubt about it. It's an honor for me to go home. But how about those guys? Not only do they go back, but they're on the sidelines. They're engaged with the team. They're active in it. They love it. They really root their teams on and help those kids out. It's fun to watch.
1968 G.I. Joe Desert Rat Edition with the original message. I have 3 of those. The French version, G.I. Joe.
They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Again, it's Lewis. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there that'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They run. This is Lewis. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, though, with some tempo. Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Garoppolo now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
Oh, good shit.
And he
shouldn't have reached for that Dorito. Nigga scored on me. The fuck I get for being hungry.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
That shit.
How about snatching
Now I'm about
things
to ball
right
on your ass just for that.
and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Why you see my wedding dress? It's bad luck. No. Is it having sex before the wedding with that one?
They'll look to throw now.
Ooh. Go on.
This time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Given 16 yards on the play. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
I don't get it. Am I the low rider?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here.
Got him.
And it's Mitchell. 19 yards there on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either
Ooh.
Escaping this time as he'll go
Fuck they
down.
gonna do
They got
since
him for a sack. Eli Harold in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught. Mitchell shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Malcolm Mitchell, 45 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break.
I don't never need to doubt my kicker. Best kicker in the league.
But he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Got him!
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On first down, Kaepernick. Now a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Well, Mr. Davis, one thing's for sure, at the start of this regular season in the NFL, several fan bases are going to be watching that quarterback position closely. Obviously, you think of the Vikings, the Eagles, the 49ers, the Broncos. Should be some intriguing quarterback play.
I agree totally, and what a preseason it was. Robert Griffin III got named the starter in Cleveland fairly early in the process. Blaine Gabbert got the job late in San Francisco. How about Trevor Siemian beating out everyone, including Mark Sanchez, to become the starter in Denver to lead them in this season? Dak Prescott got it because Tony Romo got hurt, and he'll have to lead the Cowboys maybe even until midseason. And Sam Bradford, expected to be the starter in Philadelphia after the Teddy Bridgewater injury, he moves to Minnesota where he'll compete for that job with Sean Hill.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Here's Kaepernick. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Jamie Collins. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Better put some respect on my name.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They do go for it. It's Kaepernick. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Ooh, good fucking hand.
Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And it'll be 3rd and 10. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Going underneath for Lewis. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. And this one is no good. He missed it, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Hyde. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Foxborough. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
To go, it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. It's caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Again.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Yeah, this looks a good daylight, doesn't it?
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
It's gone. Can you move it?
I didn't touch it.
And back to the ground. Hyde. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down.
Get the fuck out.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Good shit.
Colin Kaepernick, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
the touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now Jones. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Stanley Steamer is the first perfect.
They try again with Lewis. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Carry for White. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
A big play there for the Patriots. 33 yards.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back? Is patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. With this drive, oh, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Clear liners or braces. My orthodontist makes me smile. For your best smile, find an AAO orthodontist at mylifemysmile.org.
I get the inside track in a healthy lifestyle with Boost Health Protein, so I can track my time and the time of my life. Track my distance and how far I've come. Track my steps and memories we make along the way.
With 15 grams of protein to help maintain muscle, plus 26 essential vitamins and minerals, including calcium and vitamin D, Boost High Protein is a delicious way to get complete nutrition, so you can keep track of what really matters. Stay strong, stay active with Boost.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
He's back to throw.
Come on, bro.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loved to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jamie Collins in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I think I'm just going to go with the stuff framed inside.
One receiver left, two to the right. To throw is Kaepernick. Rolling to his left. He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have it.
Yo, boys, you can hit I knew you could hit him. Set up a rematch.
You can hear it in your voice. That one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Kaepernick gives to Hyde. They find some open field here. They'll get 16 yards there. And that leads to a San Francisco first down.
There's no doubt that his size is a factor, but I've seen a lot of big running backs in the league not have that kind of impact because
Bess, I know how you, how do I say this? I know you sometimes like to hang out in my closet.
like a big back should. Get behind their pads, as they like to say, lower center of gravity, and knock people backwards. Sometimes they run.
Do you know what happened to my wedding dress? I have to go to the bathroom.
And take too many hits. Not this guy. He knows how to get low, break tackles, and gain additional yardage.
Absolutely. Anything you want. Somebody else find that. Fine. And eventually, fine.
10 yards still left on second down. And maybe something in the defense that got Kaepernick's attention as he's going to call a timeout. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Why? I forgot to go to the bathroom.
Up. I mean, off.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it.
Kaepernick ain't going to do nothing.
Go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Dante Hightower. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Back to throw, Kaepernick. They'll roll him out right. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little a little extra on top.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, certainly a tough loss here.
Yo, for that rematch, man.
You have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
This is a horrible stunt. You're gonna get hurt.
No. I'm driving the car. Kelso will be in the canoe.